All right, boys. Welcome back to the Side Boob, the official podcast of the Man Boob Fantasy Football League. Week 6 already. Crazy how fast
hmm
the season flies by. But some things have changed. Dude, what I noticed when just getting on here and kind of blew me away, like more than half the league is 3-2. I don't know if you noticed that, but 8 teams are 3-2 right now.
I got on the phone with was talking to Gilly Man a little bit this week in Sambo, and this is the most even I've ever seen the league. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's or maybe I even shot you a text on too. I've never everybody has a fighting chance, right? There's a couple teams that could have a tougher time than others.
Yeah.
But you got teams, and this is topic for conversation later. But you got teams flip flopping overnight. A little teaser. CJ, I'm going to tell you this. CJ's one of my. All of a sudden, again, he finds a way to me, and I'll dissect his team later. To have one of the most powerful teams now in the league, and has one of the worst records.
Yeah, I liked his team coming in, but he's putting up points though. Like
it's scary,
10
dude.
Points.
He's almost hitting Don. He's almost hitting 150 burgers, bub. He almost hit 150 this week. Telling you, his team is good, and yeah, his bench is strong.
Let's just pull his team up. Make it. Do you see my screen?
So Don, we've got that to cover. We got some key injuries to cover.
Yeah.
Got a little league drama we'll kill here.
In a few. What you want to talk about the league drama, like the back and forth on the chat?
A little league drama. Yeah, a little league drama. A little Dramamine in there. Not you. I mean, there's going to be a couple back and forths. Didn't expect it between Sam and Brad.
No.
Right. But with that being, I think, man, they're tight as hell. And Sam took it. Sam took it a little personal.
Yeah, I'd say so. I'd say he did.
Yeah. I tell you this, I love me some Bradley Diener. It's my bro. And with that being said, too, I mean, everybody. This has always been a democracy. This is a democratically ran league. I mean, we can definitely continue to voice opinions and whatnot. And,
of course.
You know what I mean? That's what makes it good.
I'm not going to stop you from voicing my opinion. Like, I'm usually the one that gets into it with somebody every year about something or another, because I'm going to voice my opinion. Like,
I agree.
And yeah, Brad didn't even say anything. I don't think Brad said anything that crazy. I thought it was pretty mild what he said.
I think it was in. I sit down and said the same thing. I think it was like a Bradley form comedy. You know, that's how Bradley. That's what Bradley would say. He would say the same about. He would call himself a dweeb. You know, in that fashion.
Yeah.
I think. Honestly, to be 100% honest, bro, I think it just kind of hit a nerve with Sam. And I'm the most sensitive fuck in the world, so I can't talk shit. I think it just kind of hit a nerve with him, and they had their round. And
I wonder how much
I love them both though.
Has to do with, like, you know, when people like do the reacts to the messages, like sometimes that just sets you off more. It's not what the person says; it's the other people reacting to it. You know, you think that might. Like if somebody loves it or likes it or emphasizes it, and you're like, all right, fuck off.
The chat's a form of a boxing ring.
Yeah.
And tell you what, we can all say what we want to, but I'll say this. I've gotten on there when I've been just upset about shit. I know that I can tell there's moments when you guys get on there and are texting and are upset about the shit. The thing about Brad and Sam being fucking as tight as they are, their sensory acuity for each other is heightened to the point where I'm sure they're comfortable to say a few things back and forth, but they're also fucking friends, and they're gonna be a little bit sensitive towards each other. And I think that's what we caught, and I think that's what makes the leagues fun. And I love you, Sam. I love you, Bradley, Dana. You're both my brothers. It was. I think it made for something good to talk about.
Yeah,
and and I will say my stance on this. I will say that. Never mind. I'm not even going to say it. Never mind. Go ahead. What were you saying, Don?
An analogy I have for it. It was like we're in like one of those kids like bouncy houses, bouncing around, kind of shoving, And then Sam comes in and starts like hardcore moshing, like pitting, like throwing haymakers. It's like, dude, we were just messing around, dude. We're just having fun, dude. Please put the brass knuckles away.
When the parent came in to check on him, make sure everything's okay, Sam threw one of the fucking balls at the fucking mom.
Yeah.
It was a rare form moment, man. That's all I can say. I mean, it was.
Yeah.
Oh
I
man,
guess
you're
when
talking to a guy that I literally, in a drunken, the worst argument me and Sam have ever gotten in. And Don, I'm not kidding you. Like, I had to walk to the restroom because I hated him so bad in that moment. In this moment, like I was like so mad, like I wanted to hit him so bad, dude. And we were both on a 2-day bender when I came up from the holidays, and it was over. It was over. The comparison of Le'Veon Bell to Christian McCaffrey in raw talent. Okay. So at one point in this argument, Sam, and we're getting wasted, he takes both of his thumbs up, middle, and like in the air, turns them sideways, like, and starts going and pointing down, like as if my point is shit. And that was the moment. I literally was like, "Oh my god, we're really about to fucking do this." So, dude, I can get way too sensitive. I can't talk shit. I think it made for some good league chat stuff. With that being said,
yeah, when you're commissioner, yeah, you take a lot of criticism and usually takes it pretty well, and maybe finally just snapped. I don't know. But
I think the pressure had built up. But I will say, Bradley Diener, I could tell that you weren't out there trying to stab in any wounds at all whatsoever.
no, nothing about
Brad,
Brad. I don't think anything Brad said was overly malicious.
nah, not even close to it, Bubba. All right, so we've got a couple key injuries too. That really I mean, hell, me and you both. I mean,
Which one you want to talk
Don, would
about?
you like? I think we should talk about the man who had the number one waiver wire, and why he decided to do what he did. Because there's a couple options too.
Yeah, I did.
So
I had. I mean, it was between Darrell Williams and Devontae Booker, and there was somebody else. That Herbert guy in Chicago too. That was kind of interesting. It wasn't worth a top spot, but whoever got him. I mean, he had 18 touches Sunday, I think.
yeah, that was weird. But I read up on him because I thought about taking him. It just didn't seem as. It was intriguing because they just threw him in there. All of a sudden, like they just realized he fit the game play more. But I don't know about you, Don, but I'm almost relieved to not have the second overall waiver wire anymore. Yes, to pick. Like,
dude.
there's a couple guys I wanted to pick up that I may have gotten.
Don't you feel like it's like kind of a hindrance? Because like you pass on these guys you could have picked up, but you're just waiting for that lottery ticket you're trying to hit. Like,
Don, you're in golden handcuffs.
You're
in golden handcuffs.
Wouldn't it have been sweet to get like a Cordero Patterson like a couple weeks ago?
Don, I was looking at him
hello.
Because I have my man
Taylor.
So we just to zoom you in real fast. We dissect. Go ahead.
I've been listening to a little bit.
Okay. So we dissected the league dream. Bam, done. Got on to the injuries. Me and Don are expressing having the first and second waiver order pick is like essentially golden handcuffs because there is so many guys. I wanted to get that little fucking tight end for the Cowboys that's playing consistent. Cordell Patterson, I wanted to pick him up, but
I think that Cordell Patterson is completely going to change CJ's team for the better moving forward.
He already did, and that's the other thing we're talking about. A couple teams flip-flopped overnight. CJ's team being one of them, dude. All of us. And he's one of my favorites, and he's my biggest competitor because we're both going for points.
Yeah, and I love CJ's team, but I still worry about consistency from Jonathan Taylor, and then the only thing hindering him is the receiver position. So if CD Lamb's up and down every week, and then Chenault's his other guy, and that's kind of like a, like you don't know what you're getting. You know what I mean? It's the team that can put up 115 to 120 one week, and then put up 85 the next. You know what I mean?
CJ needs a little bit better of a receiver to couple with CD Lamb, but
Yeah.
I think that's all he needs.
But Kyler Murray can make up for that.
Yeah,
You
dude.
know.
You got Kyler on your team. Yeah, he can make up a lot of ground.
I was getting ready.
Can we go back to Cordero Patterson real fast? Like he's been somebody in the past, like the past couple years, where he'll have those breakout games. And you're like, and you'll spend a waiver spot on him, and like he won't do anything for the rest of the season. So like that's another reason I wasn't gonna pull the trigger on him because
I'm completely sold on him just for the fact.
Now I am.
Arthur Smith, Arthur Smith, the guy who made Derrick Henry have all the success in the wilderness with the Titans last year, loves him. I mean, he is literally like almost 50% of their offensive game plan. It's insane. Yeah, whether they're passing.
Do you see how he plays? He plays big. He plays
looks
like a
better running the ball than Mike Davis does.
Dude, look at 18 points, 10 points, 30 points, 11 points. Like, yeah, he's looking like this year's James Robinson right now.
You know whose team I love, and I feel so bad for this guy because every year he takes a bad injury.
Jared.
Dude, I love Jared's team.
Jared.
The emergence of Zach Moss is just taking his team to another level.
Yeah, that was a guy I was not touching.
Hell no, I was like, I don't want any part of Zach Moss. Well, I read the other day, the last 2 games, he's got like 76% of the share between him and Singletary.
Wow.
Yeah, and they're throwing to him now, and he's got a very dangerous team. I think he's got Kittle, who's on IR, and once he gets him back.
Jared's Creole Williams.
Yeah, I keep pulling up the wrong teams, man.
From the John Michael Montgomery song. Creole Williams.
So he's a playoff team as of right now, right? Jared?
Oh, yeah.
Is Jared in my division? Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
I do think that he's a guy
he just barely squeaked out a win. That's right. Dude, that is a heartbreaking loss for Josh.
Dude, Don, I didn't realize what was going on with their game until Jim said that.
Yeah, me neither.
And you and Josh were talking about it, and I went and looked at it, and I was just baffled.
Well, going into the Monday night games, I'll usually go and look like, all right, like where are the close matchups? Like what needs to happen? Like, and I thought all the matchups were decided going into Monday night. So, like, I wasn't even really paying attention that much.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, because he needed, 1 point? Didn't get it?
He needed 1 point. He had Justin Tucker and the Colts defense. And you figure Tucker's going to get you, you know what I mean? You're expecting him to get you, like, 8 or 9 points minimum.
I mean, anytime you start defense against Lamar Jackson, you're kind of playing with fire.
Yes. That's what Travis, our division, every team is very good. I probably have the weakest team just from guys not panning out the way they were supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
With Damian Harris, dude, this guy, me and him, if I was to meet him in person, I'd probably punch him in the face. This is the second week in a row that this man is like getting ready to score a touchdown and coughs the ball up.
No way. Let's see.
Yeah, here this last week, as he's going into the end zone, he fumbles the football. It would have been 2-touchdown game for him.
Let's see your team real quick, Tay-Tay.
Oh, we are rough.
You're kind of
Chris Carson's been hurt.
Same position as me, Taylor, where you gotta win games. Like
I gotta win games. I'm out of the point. I could give a shit less about points because I'm not gonna catch some of these guys, Don. Because, I'm like you. We need to win the games. And the only positive I've going is Elijah Mitchell looked really good over the weekend. He didn't get a ton of carries because of game script.
Okay. I see where you're at.
You're only 7 points behind Jared.
Yeah.
Wait, no, I'm looking at the wrong one. You're 40 points. Yeah, we are in about the same spot. It's
still early.
Nerve-wracking position. Yeah, we can have some big games, but I need to make up some ground.
We got to get healthy.
Yeah. I'm not going anywhere without CMC. I know that.
Well, that's the thing. And that's what's been killing you. If you could just get him back, I mean, your team will be fine. And that's what's killing me is I was just happy to see Elijah Mitchell on the field, and he looked amazing when he got the ball. Obviously, they played the Cardinals, so it's a shootout. But I need Carson to get rolling. But I just think our division, Travis, is just – I mean, both divisions right now are just kind of cutthroat with how close they are. Even the guys with only 2 wins or 1 win, they're still in the hunt. Like, nobody's separating themselves really so far right now with record wise.
Bro, it's insane.
Eight teams are 3-2. Yeah, more than half the league's 3-2.
This is the most even I've ever seen the league, and we said this on draft day too. We said that everybody drafted decently well.
Yeah, we knew it.
And I think that's what you're going to get to this year. The guys that do get in the playoffs. I mean, I know it's fantasy football. Anybody can be, any given week, a crappy team can beat a good one. But all these teams have the capability to score 120 points.
Right.
I say let's go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and just popcorn a few teams that we both wanted, that any of us want to dissect. I'll go ahead and start out. It's an easy one. But if there's a few key points I thought about this gentleman's team. But my favorite to win it all is no surprise. It's Brad. But something I don't think Brad got enough praise for is everyone that I had asked, every single person that I had asked who they were going to take number one overall if they had number one overall. Every person, maybe one other person, but ultimately came to the conclusion of CMC. Okay? Every single person.
CMC or
Brad gets first. Brad gets up first, and I hear him go, Derrick Henry.
But he flips a coin. He asked for a coin from Sam. He flips a coin.
No, he fucking did.
Yeah, he did. And I still don't know who. I'm guessing the other one was Dalvin because he wasn't high on CMC. But his coin flip decided Derrick Henry, and I want to know who the other option was.
I think that might be the case because he had Dalvin in another league and didn't necessarily want to get the same running back.
But that's my thing though. In a standard league, it's all about touchdowns. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's.
Mm-hmm.
And I think taking Derrick Henry when he took him, I think it shocked people. I think a lot of people were kind of like, I respect it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dude, it was exactly right. It shocked me, but I immediately knew it was a good pick.
Oh yeah.
And I will tell you, next year if I have number one overall, I'm going Derrick Henry. That guy alone.
He may not have been everybody's.
So much.
Sorry, you broke up, so I thought you were done talking.
Oh, you're fine, brother. No, you're fine. Go ahead.
Derrick Henry wasn't everybody's consensus number one, but nobody was like talking shit about that pick. Like everybody respected that pick.
The only reservation I had about it at all that would have like shied me away a little was not knowing what the offense was going to be with a brand new offense coordinator coming in, and then the emergence of Julio Jones. I think a few of us thought they might pass a little more, but I mean AJ Brown and Jones can't stay on the damn field for him, so they got no choice but to pound the big man, the rock.
I was worried about him.
It was the best pick in the first round.
Like as much volume as he gets last year, like coming back from a 2,000-yard season, like I didn't know if his body was going to hold up. Like I still don't know. How long can he carry on at this pace? It's insane.
He's a goddamn specimen.
Hey, look at this. It's a party.
Is that how, man?
Yeah.
But I think the biggest bright spot for Brad's team, obviously Henry's the man, but dude, Justin Herbert, he possibly has the MVP of the NFL on his roster in Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
With the way that guy's playing football right now.
Possibly. And dude, have you seen how fucking good Hollywood Brown is?
Yeah, the guy that couldn't catch a ball for 2 years, and now he's just wide open and catching everything.
Crazy.
God, dude, gets all the deep love, dude. All of Lamar's deep balls are going straight to that guy.
He was open somehow too. It's insanity.
And dude, this week he oddly enough he went to Mark Andrews more times than he should have. And there's a couple times that Hollywood Brown was open. Remember, if he would have saw him like that, he's gonna stay top 5 receiver for the rest of the year. You'll see. But dude, plus Robert Woods still sitting on his bench.
Who put up
150
yards this week? Yeah, I'd probably be getting Robert Woods into my lineup.
I think he kept him out though because Robert Woods had just not done anything until this past week.
Yeah, Brad's second overall pick is hurt, and it's not affecting his team one iota.
Well, that's the thing. I don't even think he was playing Hilaire when he was healthy because Hilaire had been so awful besides one game.
He wasn't.
Which I think shocked all of us that he's been down, But, dude, James Conner for him is just a touchdown animal.
Yep. Yeah, when you got
His team's fucking great.
when you have running back depth like that, you have so many more options to fiddle with your lineup.
Just plug and play.
Oh, dude, we're not even okay. Sensitive subject. I will say this: the Kareem Hunt. What the fuck? I have zero. I was talking to Sam this week. I love Chubb. The only reason I want to trade him, it's genuinely like a personal thing with me. Like I cannot watch him, make 12-yard runs consistently, get down to the 5-yard line, and then put Kareem Hunt in.
Yeah.
And sometimes he gets stopped. He gets stopped on some plays that I know that Chubb would have pounded the motherfucker in.
Yep.
And Kareem.
My issue with it is, too, and this is my God-honest opinion, if Kareem Hunt's not there, Chubb is probably the best running back in fantasy football.
Yeah.
I think he does better than Henry does if he gets every carry.
Yep, possibly. Yeah, my advice to you going forward, Travis, is don't watch the game. Like Chubb's gonna be fine. Just like it is frustrating because I dealt with the same thing last year, watching them get in the red zone and then Kareem Hunt and like Chubb would come off the field for entire drives, man, and it is frustrating.
And it's like the drive they have Kareem come in for, they'll give it to him literally like 6 times. You're like, motherfucker.
Yeah.
But you're exactly, dude. I think that is the best advice: is just don't watch the game. And the reason I flipped shit this Sunday, dude, is literally I've been sick for like 10 days with the vid, bro. Like my girlfriend getting on there, like everything. Fucking, I watched Josh Jacobs run a nice sweep right into the end zone. I'm like, fuck yeah, because that Bears defense was playing good. I knew he wasn't gonna have many opportunities. Dude, right as he's celebrating, they go throw the flag, and I'm like, motherfucker, field goal team out. I'm like, it's whatever. Flip to the Browns game. Fucking Chubb, they're workhorsing him down there. And I'm like, yes, dude, yes. Like, I need this. I'm against Brad this week. I need every yard matters. Fucking, they throw Kareem in. Kareem runs like a 1-yarder in. I could have fucking thrown my channel changer through my back window, dude.
I'm trying to remember what round Brad took Kareem Hunt in because it's working out fantastic.
God, it's great.
Yeah, because I was thinking about taking him into the 4th, hoping he would fall to me the 5th, and Brad took him. That happened like 3 or 4 times on draft day. But
huge kudos on the pick with Brad. Huge kudos.
He had a great draft. I mean, if you're talking about probably the 3 top teams that are at least going to lead in scoring, it's going to be Brad, Andy, and Howie.
Yeah.
Dude, with CJ making it. Okay, who wants to dissect the next team? Oh,
Sam could potentially lead the league in scoring, or come close.
That is true. But Howie's probably got the biggest steal in the draft, and Mike Williams.
Yeah, hey, don't be sleeping on Hurts, too. Hurts is ranked number 4 quarterback.
Oh, Hurts is great. But that's the thing. Mike Williams thing drives me crazy because I took that guy over the past, 4 years, so many years. Like, this is it. He's going to do it.
Never
happened.
We dissect
you down.
Why don't we dissect Howie's team?
Guy's unbelievable. What's he ranked? I mean, he's got to be a top 5 receiver easily, right? Number 1. Okay, yeah, he's number 1. Yeah, that is absolutely the biggest steal of the draft.
What? It was kids versus. No idea. Nobody told me. No.
Hertz has got a tough matchup this week. You think?
Oh, but they are missing Levante David. They are missing Winfield, and they're missing somebody else.
Yeah, the Bucks. You can't run the ball on the Bucks, but you can throw on them because their secondary is terrible. But I'll tell you what, Don. Andy dropped them, and I think you picked them up. Just while we're talking about Hurts, Devontae Smith is quietly having a really good season.
Dude, when the fuck did Andy drop Devontae Smith? I didn't know that.
I'm
not sure. I just saw him there, and I didn't have to use a waiver claim. I just picked him up out of free agency. But I mean, there's no room for him. I mean, I might be able to plug him in on a bye week.
He's just a good guy to have in case an injury.
What, Jamar Chase? Jamar Chase taking up too many of your touches there, bub?
My receivers are
another
stacked,
great steal.
dude.
Another great steal of the draft.
Yeah.
Jamar Chase.
I felt good about that too because
he fell so far.
A room full of Bengals fans, and I was the only one that believed in him.
No shit. He's going to be a second over. I mean, he dropped everything they threw at him in preseason, even screen passes, dude. And all of a sudden, starts making juggling catches and through other receivers' arms and deep balls. I tell you what, he will be a second round pick next year. Might be late. It'll be late second,
Yeah.
but Jamar Chase will be a second round pick
As
next year.
long as Burrow doesn't get himself murdered before then.
Yeah, we'll see how the rest of the season plays out.
Strictly out of stupidity, because I think he's already starting to become a little bit retarded. You notice with Bengals quarterbacks, they start to become retarded a little bit, like after the first or second, after like the second year, because the organization's that horrible. They get hit all the time. They're brainwash them. But anyway, if he can keep his head on straight a little bit,
It's like, just slide, bro.
I know. Do you hear? Aaron Rodgers.
Ooh.
Um,
I didn't realize Gaskin had a big game like that against Tampa
Huge
Bay.
game.
Holy
huge
shit.
fucking game.
He only had 5
we
carries. 10 receptions? Jesus.
Yeah, and now he's going up against the worst run D in the league. I hope he does well, man.
Yeah, he was struggling up until this point. That was kind of the one pick of yours that's busting.
Well,
I guess
dude,
that whole
Dolphins
team
are
was
so
trying to find
bad.
identity.
They're just so bad that they have to abandon the run game immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of the teams are just loading the box on them and being like, okay, well, we'll stop the run and make Jacoby Brissett beat us over the top.
Tua is back this week, right?
He's practicing.
We'll see how
Yeah,
that impacts Gaskin.
I don't know if he was limited today or full.
Dude, Sam's team. I'm gonna pull up Sam's team. His is probably the team I want to talk about. But
Okay.
this is a team I didn't believe in at all on draft day.
The only thing with his team so far has just been in up and down weeks,
Yeah, the past couple he's been putting up points though.
Well,
like he put up
the Schultz pickup.
136 without his number 1 pick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's just insane.
It's crazy. Josh Allen's playing MVP ball.
Yeah, Swift was not a guy I liked at all.
It's going off.
Debo was a guy I didn't like.
Yeah, I also did not like Debo.
Yeah, so his team's
dude's
just
killing
proving
it.
me wrong. It makes things just even more difficult for me. Like, I have to leapfrog one of those 3 teams if I want to make the playoffs. Andy, Nathan, or Sam, and it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be really tough. But
why it's fantasy football though, man? Anything.
Yeah,
it's the
it's
best
doable.
I do think
league in the world, boys.
Metcalf is going to hurt. So looking at Sam's team real quick, Metcalf is going to hurt a little bit because of Russell Wilson being out for 6 weeks.
Same thing with Debo and Garoppolo being out.
Oh,
I think that
we got a Parks matchup this week, don't we?
No Saquon Barkley. That's
no Saquon, no Debo. You caught him at the right week.
Now here's what's cool about this too. No Saquon, no Debo, but I got Devontae Booker or whatever.
Yeah,
I got
Karma, dude.
But what that was who I picked up. They gave him 16 attempts, and I picked him up because I think Saquon might have some ankle trouble for the rest of the fucking season. I think Saquon's going to catch the injury bug. And
Dude, he's Saquon. He's always got it.
And if not, I honestly picked him up for trade value and, to possibly work a deal with Sam.
So Sam doesn't have an RB2 right now, going into your matchup with him.
No, but what if I told you we were in talks, just to spice up the group chat? What if I told you maybe I picked up Booker because that brings that Giants running back game, Saquon, because if Saquon gets hurt anyway, I've got Booker. It makes a Chubb trade very interesting for Saquon and maybe something else to go with him.
Oh, God.
So maybe we're in talks a little bit.
Right.
But nothing's on paper. Nothing's for sure. I would have gotten. So Don, that's kind of an interesting time because we can still hit on all these teams, and I still want to. But that was what was interesting is I wanted Booker because of trade value with Sam. I wanted Booker because I know Saquon could be hurt all season. I could not even worry about that. I don't know. But when I texted you, I didn't want to go after Booker if you were, so I texted you, Don, and I'm like, and I do think that Williams, one of the biggest parts is trade value for Saquon. But I do think Williams is the better pick. But when I texted you and I said, are you thinking about using your waiver order? You said yeah on Williams.
Yeah, I didn't think it really mattered because you can put in a claim for both, and whichever one I don't take, you're gonna end up with. So
Dude,
really
I
have a problem.
didn't. I was. Is that the
Yeah.
case? Let's ask that. Is
Yeah,
that the case?
you can. Yes,
Okay, but I don't know which one they would rank as first. How about that?
it's you can
Oh, I guess.
organize it.
Yeah, you can do priority. So
Fuck.
yeah, that's
Shit.
why you think I'm just gonna like spill my guts if it's gonna give you strategical value. I knew it didn't matter.
Oh, I don't think. No. It didn't. Spilling your guts wouldn't matter at all whatsoever, and it didn't give me any strategy because you had the number one overall. Period.
But yeah, I was going back and forth on Booker and Williams.
I think Williams was the guy. That offense, man.
I was gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna take either or.
Even if
I
it's
think Booker would be fine, but
even if it's only 3 weeks of RB2 value, like I need it.
it wins you some games. It wins you some games.
Right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Had to do it.
I do think Sam's team is going to continue to run. I do love the Knox pickup. That tight end is fucking killer.
Oh yeah.
Dude, he also has Schultz on this bench. Schultz is on fire right now.
Dude, yeah, Sam was one of the teams that didn't have a tight end at all, and now he ended up with both of those guys.
Because Don, he wasn't like us, and he wasn't holding on to that waiver order pick, and he was doing what we should do and just fucking picking up all the value.
Yeah.
Those were two good. Those were two. He took them the same week too. Those were two great picks. I wouldn't let him go anywhere either.
I'm happy with how it turned out, though. I don't really see myself holding on to that number 1 spot.
I'm glad I'm done with it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm already back up at 6 waiver priority. Like maybe by the time.
No, you're not.
Yeah. People are just burning them, dude, on kickers and just whatever else. So like, yeah, I'm back at 6.
Well, you got with the bye week starting, they're gonna.
Right.
People have to. They're gonna start getting burned up like crazy.
That's what.
That's why I have
the shallow bench, dude. Like, you got to let go of players you don't want to let go of.
My defense and my kicker and Elijah Mitchell all on buys this week.
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking I saw you picking up. Go ahead, Nathan.
I just love that having that one dispensable bench spot, like the player that like is just like the bottom end of your draft.
Right.
Just keep rotating them in and out. I love just having that spot. I think fucking Drake's gonna end up being that person for me.
I think we only need one more bench spot. Yeah, just
you were right, Travis, on that.
Dude, I'm telling you, because I would rather have, and I know it's the league, it's been the way, but I would rather have all the bench spots because that makes your draft also that much more important. You know what I mean?
This 5 bench spots, this is relatively new. This only started a couple years ago, I think.
Yeah. But it shows the depth that you draft.
Yeah, you shouldn't be penalized for, acquiring good players, I don't think. But that's just me.
Well, I like having 5 because it makes you use your management skills for the waivers. It avoids hoarding players. I like it.
I think it makes you like afraid to make waiver moves because you don't want to let go of these guys.
But that's the thing is, you hear the hoarding. Like, well, if I drafted these guys, I'm not hoarding them. I drafted them to have them on my roster for a reason.
Right.
Right. I definitely see both sides. I will tell you, it does. There are a lot of times that I go to hoard players, or I'll even like, dude, I almost went to just take a quarterback just to fucking take them off the list.
I think there is kind of a fine line. I think 5 isn't enough. 7 might be too many. I think 6 is perfect.
6 would be the money number.
Yeah. But you guys want to? Let's look at the matchups. Scoreboard.
I like it.
All right. I mean, it's a big week for everybody. Big week for. I mean, when every team's tied at a 3-2 record. Yeah.
When CJ put the defense in, we'll be projected the same exact down to the decimal.
Really?
102.
That's fucking awesome. You did the math. I'm fucking
mad.
To get to the matchup.
I got a 10-second ad. Just a second. Oh. Yeah, my point projections have been through the roof. It's only happened 1 week. 1 week I put up over 100.
We got Jared versus Don.
Don, you've only been over 100 1 week.
1 week. Yep. Not good.
I mean, the goal was like 92 for years, but now
Not this year.
the
It's
teams are
crazy.
putting up over 100 nearly every week, like 120. There's somebody always doing it.
Yeah, I was third in total points like a week ago, 2 weeks ago.
I think losing Russell Wilson really hurts Jared's team.
Yeah. Couldn't have come
Just
at a more
seeing
perfect
Trevor.
time for me.
I know, dude. I looked over. I'm like assessing player first player. I look at you. I see Aaron Rodgers. I'm like, okay. Look at Jared's. I'm like, oh fuck, Trevor Lawrence. Like that just looks pitiful. He's still gonna have probably a 20 burger, but
It's not like Aaron Rodgers has been just like blowing the world up, but a consistent, especially for me, I'm more than happy with a consistent 18 to 20 points from my quarterback. Just historically, how bad that position has been for me. So
it feels good to have a quarterback after you haven't had one in a few years, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think Trevor Lawrence is going to struggle regardless. McCaffrey, he's going to do big things. Elliott's been doing big, yeah, and if he can stay healthy, Elliott's been fucking killing it too.
Yeah,
Isn't New England
kicking ass, dude?
New England's like one of the worst against the run too, aren't they?
Probably right now.
I think Jacksonville's the worst against the run.
No, I believe Cleveland is good against the run. They're horrible against the pass this season, if I remember correctly.
I'm going to give the nod to Zeke in category.
You got it with he's probably got it with Henderson too. You got it with Kupp over Diggs. You got it with Jamar Chase over Lockett, with Russell Wilson being out too. Waller over Henry, but god damn it, dude! Just because I have Henry in it's like $100 league, fucking it's Waller in a PPR too, dude. Don, when they use him for sure. But God, sometimes when they ignore Waller, it's infuriating, isn't it?
He had 19 targets week 1. He's had like 7 the next 4.
In week 1, they played phenomenal against a tough Baltimore team.
They got a new offensive coordinator. They're probably gonna have new people calling the offense over Gruden, so.
Which might not be a bad thing because that offense has not looked good the past. Denver's defense hasn't looked scary.
Give it a couple weeks.
I will tell you this: Jared's team's still going to be decent. I will tell you, Don, because I've got Godwin. I watch the Buck, and I've got Suck Up. I watch the Bucks quite a bit. So good luck this Thursday with Antonio Brown. And to that fact, Antonio Brown is playing some good fucking ball, dude. Good ball, and you can tell Tom still loves going to him.
Yeah, but you got 3 solid receivers like that. Some weeks they're just going to disappear. You don't know when it's going to be. Dude, I hate having players play on Thursday night. I just feel like it never works out well for me. Always makes me nervous.
I love it.
I hate it, dude.
I love having somebody to watch on the night games.
But I got to throw him out there.
Mouse to feed. There's just a lot of mouse.
He gives me the best chance to win. He's got the highest ceiling.
Dude, Tom loves him, bro.
He does. He does. They're like best friends.
The flex position is made to be a boomer bust position. It's not always. The more consistency, the better for sure. But AB is like really killer. Yeah. Really killer for a boomer bust guy.
Yeah, I like my chances this week. If Russell was playing, I probably wouldn't. But
Taylor, you're right. I didn't realize how good Jared's team looks right now. You know, with Henderson being a decent little RB2 there.
Yeah. This one could go either way, I think. I need the win. Some points, dude. I want to win game. Come on. God.
Can you guys hear me okay, by the way?
Yeah.
You were cutting out a lot at first, but you sound a lot better now.
Okay, cool.
Allen Robinson, what a bust. Wasted a 3rd-round pick on that guy.
Justin Fields.
Holy shit! No, you
Bears
did not.
and the Bears, guys.
You wasted it. Damn.
Dude, he was such a safe pick. Like, look what he's done with Trubisky and whatever else bum's been thrown to him, like, all right, Andy Dalton and Justin Fields, that's got to be an improvement, right?
What the fuck is going on there with that? Again, is
They're not
Nagy
throwing the
just
ball at
fucking?
all.
Are they just like? Is he juggling Fields and Dalton every week?
It seems
No,
like
it's been
it.
Fields the past 2 weeks.
Good God, you're gonna fucking
I
murder
think
that.
Darnell Mooney might lead the team in targets, but he's not doing good.
He's the leading receiver on that team.
Yeah, the offense is terrible for them.
Matt Nagy, fucking idiot.
The worst coach in the league.
By far.
Well, him and Urban Meyer.
Yeah.
All right, you want to do picks?
Yeah, yeah, Don, you got that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it to myself just because he has no Russell Wilson, but wouldn't be surprised if I lost at all.
His team has a pes. I tell you this, his team will outscore 99, I believe. I'll tell you that.
And that's if McCaffrey doesn't play, I lost, and that's it.
Yeah, I think Trevor Lawrence is only playing the shitty ass Dolphins Sunday, and they're gonna.
They play in London.
Yeah,
Done.
it's gonna be a better. That's gonna be a better game.
Can you turn your mic up a little bit, Nathan? By any chance?
Sorry, I just need to move it closer. I think I can turn it up, but I wouldn't be surprised if Darrell Williams is going to be the lead back, dude. With these next 3 weeks, I think he can be more effective than Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
He's been cutting into like the touches every week. He's been getting more and more involved. He's been getting the goal line touches.
A lot of people expect him to take the role going forward.
I don't know about
You're
that.
saying that. You're saying they might start to baby him a little bit, and almost just say fuck it, give it to Williams. Maybe let Clyde rest up a little bit.
I think Clyde Edwards might turn into like a Gio Bernard type of situation.
Yeah, it could be. He could be like pretty much what happened to Spencer Ware, because if Darrell Williams goes in there and has a lot of success and tears it up, he will end up being the one, like even when Helaire comes back, that keeps getting the majority of the carries. That's what I think is going to happen.
I could see that. I think that's what made him a good. Yeah.
I already thought I had my RB2 with Tyson Williams, and now he is on the waiver wire. So, see how Darrell Williams turns out. Nathan versus
What's the next matchup?
It's an interesting one too. Dude, Austin Eckler, holy shit.
Bro, Jonathan Taylor too, bro. I'm telling you that I watched that. I don't know if you guys saw that Colts game. Dude, that motherfucker was running hard, and they were using him on every facet.
He's good.
He weighs 240 pounds and runs a 4.4.
Dude, that's my other big money league. That's my ride or die. Austin Eckler is a fucking monster.
Yeah. The concern about Eckler coming into the season was his health.
It's always that damn hamstring, dude.
When he's in there, he's just automatic, dude. And you want every piece of that offense you can get right now. Yeah, between Kyler and Austin Eckler, yeah, you're right. His receivers are definitely his weak point.
And that's the thing.
He's one.
He's not bad. CeeDee Lamb's just inconsistent because Dallas has so many weapons that CeeDee Lamb doesn't. It's not guaranteed targets or yardage every week. I think he's had 2 big games so far this year, and then Chenault, he could become something, but I don't know.
Yeah, you don't feel comfortable putting Chenault in your lineup as of right now. You don't feel good about that.
No,
that's the worst wide receiver 2 in the league, possibly. But I will tell you this: I think that CJ has one of the best teams in the league right now, without
he's
exception.
got great potential.
And I think that he is a one wide receiver 2 away from having the best team in the league.
Yeah.
And I will tell you personally, Lamar is starting to go to Andrews a little more. It's like he's getting in a little groove with him. Had a huge fucking game. You're right. Kyler Murray, I mean, arguably the best quarterback in the league right now. Yeah, and you said it best, Don. I mean, Eckler looking like an absolute workhorse in that offense. When they play at home, Eckler is going to eat.
Absolutely.
Yep. The only issue just from having Eckler in another league you have to worry about is is sometimes he's not always scoring touchdowns, but he's always getting like 10 catches a game and fucking everything else.
Yeah, that's another. He was more of like one of those PPR guys that you're
Yeah.
you're not willing
He's
to
just
spend a
fat.
first round pick in like standard draft.
I believe he is the number 1 or 2 overall running back in PPR right now, points
It
wise.
was the same thing with Swift for me. I need to just like let go of that.
Dude, Eckler's the number 2 overall in non-PPR.
Yeah. Well, did you see how
You
he
know?
scored his 3rd touchdown over the weekend?
They let him in.
He was like trying to fall down, and they fucking picked his little ass up and carried him into the end zone.
It's a fact. It's a fact. That's a fact.
Aaron Jones is another one
Yeah.
that's got a nose for the end zone. How many touchdowns does he have? Does he only have 2?
Not a whole lot.
Wait, no,
Yeah,
He did get-
oh no,
AJ
he's got
Dillon
5.
has
He's
2.
got 5. He's got 2 rushing and 3 receiving. I mean,
Yeah, I forgot.
From what I've noticed, this week was the first time they finally gave A.J. Dillon a little bit more run. Howie, would you agree with that?
Last week he had 15.
Was it? Yeah.
yeah.
Aaron Jones is just so explosive. You just wait for the big play with that guy.
I think they're overshooting on Mixon a little bit. I don't think Mixon will hit 15.
I don't think he's fully healthy still. He did not play much last week.
They're
Dude,
being
I
weird
was
with
at
him.
the game. I was at the game, and then I got to the stadium, and as soon as I got there, I put fucking AJ Dillon in, and then I started panicking, and I switched Jones or Mixon back in.
That was the right
and
call.
then-
If he's playing,
Yeah, I
you
know.
gotta play him.
I know, but I tried to get Dillon back in, but the Wi-Fi went out.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it didn't
End up
save.
working
I
out
got-
for you.
Did Dylan
Yeah,
have the better
right
game?
there.
What did Dylan do?
13,
He had touchdown and
bunch of receiving.
yeah.
Did he? Oh, damn. I didn't see that. Yeah, 13.9.
He can catch. He can catch.
Mixon did it right there. He got 9.5 for you, though. He got in for you.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Who
good.
did you start over Cooper last week? I noticed that you didn't have Cooper in.
Emmanuel Sanders.
Oh, that's right, and that worked out for you in a big way.
Yeah, and
You're
that
not-
was a good call, Howie, because Cooper had put up a turd like 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, I mean AJ Brown's done the same thing. So Mike Williams and Emmanuel Sanders have been fucking godsend.
Yeah, he hasn't been getting any targets at all. He just happens to he's gotten the end zone the past 2 weeks. This is a tough one, dude.
You started Emmanuel Sanders?
Yeah, you did.
I did.
How? You beast.
Oh, Emmanuel Sanders has been on fire the past couple weeks.
Been their
Yeah, I'm
best
looking at
receiver.
it. I'm looking at it. You beast. That's smart.
Diggs just takes all the double coverage, man. All
Mhm.
these other guys get to feast like Knox and fucking Sanders now.
Sanders took Beasley's spot like immediately.
Well, yeah, this is a tough matchup to call. You got to go Kyler over Jalen.
Just having weapons from Josh Allen and Justin Herbert, it's just helped my team so much because they're all playing.
Who are the Colts? Howie, you got CJ, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Colts are playing
Who are the Colts
Houston,
playing?
Texans.
Howie? Are you
I think
starting-
That's a good matchup for him for sure.
I'm taking Howie in this one just because of fucking. I'm sure Mike Williams is going to put up about 20 points again.
Probably. Dude, Kyler's
Just
due
be a
for another
shootout.
big Kyler game, though.
Well, what's weird about them is they've like been getting leads and then actually like embracing the run game a little bit.
They're facing
So-
Cleveland. I could see that being just a shootout. Bunch of
I hope it
points.
is. I'm hoping this is the week Rondell Moore finally fucking takes over and becomes the number 2 option on that team.
Yeah, it's been hard to predict who it's going to be between him and AJ Green. Yeah, I'm going Kyler over Jalen. It's tough. I'm just going to go CJ's running backs overall.
Yeah.
Over Nathan's.
I was just going to say that. Yeah.
It's literally CJ's running backs versus Howie's wide receivers.
Yeah, pretty much. But CJ has
Howie's.
CJ has Kyler, so I'm going with CJ.
Yeah, fair enough.
Dude, you guys have very similar teams, really, but you do edge them out with the wide receivers. even down to Fournette and Gaskin being in your flexes. Honestly, I think that Howie's got a good chance at winning the league just like anybody else does. But I think CJ's team is hot right now, and I think that the John Taylor, Eckler, Murray trio, along with Fournette, I think the running game's your running game's consistent too. I give the slight edge to Siege.
Yeah, I think he has better matchups just overall as well.
I feel that way strictly because his running backs. Because really, on paper, you have a better team. You have a more balanced team.
And only have one player playing at home.
That's a wild statistic.
I hate even telling you guys this, but you guys should trade Fournette for Cooper. Maybe I don't know.
Fournette for Cooper.
I don't know. No, because he's still not seeing Nathan's lineup. He's still not seeing Nathan's lineup, and that would be just. I mean, Fournette may be a little bit over Gaskin, not enough to give up Amari.
I think the Cowboys have just been killing it on the run game so much with Pollard and Zeke. Like
that Cowboys offense is insane.
I don't think that would be a terrible trade to make. It would be hard to give up Amari, but I don't know. Especially with you don't know what you're gonna get out of AJ Brown right now. Maybe hold on to him. Yeah.
On paper, you have a more balanced team, Howie.
Dude, those Titans receivers have just been infuriating.
Yeah, you know.
Yep. All right, did we all pick?
I think.
Move on to the next. We gotta move this shit along. All right. Parks matchup.
Yeah, that was.
Josh Allen.
Ooh, with Saquon being out and Sam not having a running back is the only thing that changes everything. I'd say if not for that, Sam wins. You probably get healthy Saquon and Sam teams.
Yeah, I think I agree with that. What's Mecole Hardman been doing? Anything? Is that his wide receiver 2 this week? Not a whole lot. He did get 12 targets last week. Wow.
Yeah, I wonder if that was just a big part of them being down so much.
Probably.
When Sam gets Mike Thomas back, that's gonna change his team heavily. And I do think that Mike Thomas might be okay.
That will be
just
scary.
drafting him and throwing him in your IR spot. That was a good move.
When did he get him?
Like the 9th or 10th round.
Yeah, it's not bad.
You guys got to go with Travis with this week. Sam's got too many injuries and Debo on a bye, and
it's strictly that, dude.
Yep.
It's strictly that. And I do like having a few weeks with Booker on my flex. I think he's bare minimum going to get me 10 and could have 1 or 2 20-point games.
Whenever you got to plug Jacoby Myers in your lineup because of injuries in a standard league, you're struggling.
That's a fact.
Part of the bye weeks.
Yep.
Pretty close. Sam and Nathan got some tough matchups this week. Because
Sam got bit by the bye bug.
Yeah, if they both lost, that would be big for me.
I'm glad to play him. I'm glad to play him when Metcalf has no Russell Wilson and playing against Pittsburgh.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, you caught him at the right time.
Which I need a fucking. I can't do anything for a goddamn win. So I need it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
All right, boom.
Travis.
All right, next matchup.
Andy and Brad. Ooh, game of the week.
Fuck.
Game of the week.
Game of the week, dude.
I'm honestly, I already know what I'm doing with this one.
Tom versus Herbert, dude. It's gonna be a lot of points scored between these two teams.
I think Herbert's going to outscore Tom a little bit more than they're showing.
I don't know, dude. Tom, if you go look at Tom Brady's live, he's fucking.
Oh, he's ranked number
up.
Dude, he put up 30. Dude, look at this. 27, 29, 28, 11 against New England, then 37 against Miami.
That's crazy.
The fucking killer.
He did it in a breezy fashion too.
Maybe Trevor Lawrence will light Miami up. I don't know. Not for 37, but
I don't know though, man. This one could be pretty close because Andy, DJ Moore needs to show back up for Andy, and Edmonds is a little questionable.
You got Anthony Gibson playing against a weak Kansas City defense. Or Antonio Gibson. Sorry.
I think I'm gonna go with Brad this week, man. I just like Connor should get in the end zone again. Terry McLaurin against that Kansas City pass defense might be the worst in the league.
It's bad.
Hollywood Brown, that'll be a
Chargers.
shootout. Baltimore versus Chargers.
Yeah, dude, Hollywood Brown will find the end zone
Brad
multiple. I bet.
Might need a tight end. He might not be able to play Hawkinson this week, which I guess is why he
Oh,
picked
really?
up this Ricky Seals-Jones. Yeah, I don't think he's been practicing.
No, and I think he got hurt during that game last week, and that's why he had a quiet day. I think he played through it, but
yeah, this is a tough one to call. Yeah, I'll probably go with Brad.
I'm going Brad, dude. I think Brad has the best team in the league by far. And Kareem's going to get more than 11. They always undershoot the fuck out of him. Hollywood Brown and Kareem Hunt are both going to heavily. Actually, Herbert, Henry, Hollywood Brown, and Hunt will all outdo with their projections.
See if Woods finds his way into Brad's lineup. He moves Hunt up to Connor's spot and puts Woods in the flex. A little move like that could be the difference between a win and a loss. But
Brad. We go Brad. I go Brad. Anybody else go? Or does anybody go, Andy?
I just think it's a toss-up.
It is. A lot of these games are.
A lot of good games this week.
Gill versus Taylor.
That's toilet bowl of the week here.
Dude, Gill's team is good if he could get a fucking quarterback.
Dude,
And I mean it. Dude, his team's solid. James Robinson is fucking murdering it.
He needs Dalvin back.
He needs Dalvin, but he's got Madison for every week he's not, and Madison's just been scoring Gill tons of points.
What kills him is when Dalvin's active, you know? Like, you got to start Dalvin. You're not going to throw Madison out there, and you start Dalvin, and he gets, like, just a few touches. Because he's not 100% yet.
Yeah. He started Madison, dude. What's Madison?
Jefferson's been lighting it up, too.
My phone's being lame. It's not bringing up the stats right now just because of service.
Yeah, dude. Justin Jefferson's been just a steady 12 to 15 points.
Dude, Jefferson is steady. His Minnesota running, whoever he starts, has been steady every single time. James Robinson steady. Deontay Johnson's getting love, and he's going to get more love with Juju Smith-Schuster being out. And Ben's finding a little bit of a groove. They're not going to do shit, but yeah, he's finding a little bit of groove out there. Pitts is finding a little bit of a groove, but I still think he's going to.
Pitts had his breakout game last week. See if
he did.
It helped him that Calvin Ridley and Russell Gage did not play.
Fact. I do think, and I think he's going to be a better than average tight end for the rest of the year, but that's about it, dude. That Atlanta offense is fucking weird. Outside of Cordero Patterson,
That's
I do not trust.
Patterson's team.
Yep. I agree. His flex is a little sketchy, but Williams is catching a little bit of. Javonte Williams is getting a lot better, and he's becoming the premier back. I think Gill has a great team if he could only get somebody that could throw that fucking pigskin. Sam is pretty big on Daniel Jones for some reason. I am just not.
He's got a little bit of a rushing floor, which makes him a little bit interesting to plug into your lineup because you get those. And it's not much. It's not Lamar Jackson, but
he can run a little bit.
Yeah, you get an extra 3 or 4 points.
The only thing Gill might run into is Carolina's defense is legit. I think Gilmore's playing this week.
Dude, Daniel Jones had 95 yards rushing in week 2. I didn't know. Yeah, dude, he's been pretty good, but the week he plugged him in, he gets hurt.
Yeah, the Giants' injuries have been insane.
What the fuck? Daniel Jones had almost a 100-yard rushing game. That's fucking hilarious.
You know he had the fastest run in like the league last year.
The one where he fell.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
You fucking serious, dude?
Yeah, he ran faster than Lamar Jackson did on it. Was like a 90-yard run.
Shut the That is geeking me out, dude. He fucking outran, dude. Daniel Jones outran Lamar Jackson in a dead foot race. That's fucking hilarious.
As far as like playoff chances go, Gill's in one of the worst spots. I'm not saying
It's just a
anybody's
terrible-
out of it yet, but he's in a bad spot, being 1-4 and behind in points.
Poor Gilligan.
But it's not
Poor
like his
Gilligan.
team's bad. Like usually at this point in the season, you can point out the teams like, dude, their teams suck. But there's not really any teams like that this year.
What's cracking me up about Gill's team this week is there's nothing worse than starting a defense. It's like he's starting Carolina's
Yeah,
defense.
dude, no.
Cook and Jefferson on his team, and it's like I can't put myself through that.
No, absolutely not. It's too much.
I would rather die.
It's a little rough.
Too much. You don't know how to feel,
It's a little
man.
rough.
You can't be happy, dude.
With that being said, something we did not pick up is I did pick up Bill's defense off the waiver wire, and they have been. I didn't even start them last week, dude. But God, they've been killing it every week. They got 15 points against the Chiefs.
Sean McDermott, son. That man is fucking phenomenal, coach.
Fuck, dude. Okay.
So Mahomes over Jones is. We don't know if Chris Carson's playing either, do we?
I'd tell you what, because Mahomes is playing the Redskins, and that Seattle, who knows what happens with the Seattle? I'll give the nod to Gilly Man here.
Yeah, I could see go winning. It's just my team is going to depend. I really need Elijah Mitchell this week, but he's on a fucking bye week. But one guy that's been slept on a shit ton this year is my guy Tim Patrick for the Broncos.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like he's got any sort of ceiling, but he's got like the safest floor you could have with 9 points every single week, I think.
Exactly. And then if he ekes into the end zone on one of these games with 80 yards, I need Hopkins to have a Hopkins game for me to get out. And then I'm telling you, with Goddard out this week, I went out and picked up Ertz because they're going to have to fucking sling the ball to stay in the game with Tampa.
Yeah, that was a good pickup for sure.
So I'm hoping that takes me over the edge. But I need Mahomes. I just don't know what Gill's doing at quarterback because I'm honestly shocked he hasn't picked up Taylor Heineke and played him against that Kansas City secondary.
Yeah,
dude, I was talking to him.
Quarterbacks on the waivers, I think.
I was talking to him and Sam, dude. They like some Daniel Jones.
Oh yeah, I don't think that guy's. I don't know if he's playing.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I would drop him and pick up somebody else.
A lot of questions.
I'm not a Daniel Jones guy. That Ertz was a good pickup too. He's all they got this week.
Need Howie's boy to get him the rock.
And the last matchup.
Wait, who do we pick? You go, Gil?
Oh shit!
You went Gil?
I'm going Gil this week.
I
love Gil's got good matchups, man.
Probably lean Gil.
But the thing, you know who I think is going to... I know we talked about Deontay Johnson. I think we're about to see Chase Claypool take over games. I think he's the best receiver on Pittsburgh. But for whatever reason, they just love Schuster.
God. He's out, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's out for a while.
He's out for the season,
as soon
I'm
as
pretty
you
sure.
Who, Claypool?
No, Schuster. Juju.
Yeah, he wasn't having a bad season, but as soon as they get Claypool more targets, it's like this past week, and the dude just goes off.
Yeah, he's good. He's good. Yeah, and Melvin Gordon's not playing this week either, is he? So Javonte could see an uptick.
If he doesn't play, Gil will be in a real...
They're only projecting him for 8.5, though.
I think they're waiting to see what's going on with...
Yeah.
Who we got left? Bud and Josh?
Is this it? Yeah, this is it, isn't it?
My kid Josh's team, dude.
God. Chris Evans, huh?
Dude.
Dude, Kadarius went off last week.
I just want you guys to know that the C. Evans guy for the Bengals, Josh started him this past weekend.
Did he really?
Yeah, so when he lost, I did not feel bad.
No, he did not. Who is this motherfucker? What the fuck?
I mean, he didn't
That's
have
fucking hilarious.
great options, but probably could have found. Were there
Dude,
better
I
options?
know. You could have like picked up David Johnson or like anyone that at least gets reps.
Oh
You
my
know what I
God.
mean?
Dude, that is absolutely hilarious, dude. Yeah, dude, I would die for this team, and I've never even heard of this guy. I don't even remember him making.
So even with
I
Joe
think he's
Mixon
a
limited,
practice squad.
Evans did not get a
He,
single carry and had just 2 targets.
I
Yep,
think
and
that.
Josh lost by 1 point.
Who's playing this guy?
Oh yeah, well, Samaje Perine got COVID, so
Oh.
Evans is the guy if Mixon's not.
Ooh, okay.
Dude, Mixon will be okay. They're not going to give that ball to that fucking
Look at
goofy
this
looking
guy.
fuck. Have you
Hey,
seen his picture, dude?
Josh
Dude,
did
it looks
pick
like
up. So go ahead.
he looks. Well, I mean, Chris. He looks like the guy that's fucking up the hot dog order that's up in the fucking stands. He does not.
Yeah,
I
he,
will
does
say
not
this.
look.
Jim got Kadarius Toney, and I don't know if you guys watched him at all the past 2 weeks.
he went off. What do you have like?
Yeah, he
He's
almost
like
200 yards.
already.
Random receiver.
I think they said he's already almost tied for broken tackles in the open field already after like 2 games. That's how many
Dude,
people he can make miss after he catches it.
I did see they were like fucking loving some short dude. Is that him?
Yeah, he ran like almost a 4.2 in the 40. He's a rookie out of
Looks
Florida.
I just
Did
can't.
you see him
Damn.
in the open field, Howie? It is insanity.
Yeah. I watched
He's
his
like
highlights
tapped.
too, coming in the draft, and I wanted that guy.
He
He's a
seems
freak
like
of
a fucking
nature.
clown, though, man. Did you see him punch
Dude,
the
I'm gonna
dude
start
with,
drafting all the guys that look like drug
whenever
dealers.
somebody punches a guy wearing a helmet, it's just
I
the
know,
dumbest
dude.
thing. And then he had some hissy fit on the sideline. And there was a trainer working on him, and he sits up real fast, like throws his head back, cracks the trainer in the mouth. Like, dude, this dude is a clown.
I'm pretty
You
sure
fucking kidding
he
me?
had all sorts of fucking issues when he was at Florida too, like a head case.
Dude, look at his picture.
Oh, wait.
Look at his dude. Look at his picture. I think he works at the Church's Chicken out fucking in. I'm not kidding.
He's like an old fucking school.
Travis, you're already on
brain
thin
was.
ice with that stuff. Man. Come on.
I know, dude. I need to chill. I need to stop. I do love
Dude,
Church's Chicken.
it
Though.
totally
All right,
slipped
look.
past us, but Josh doesn't have Kamara this week. He literally only has Chris Evans on running back, dude.
Back squad is Chris Evans.
Oh.
Chris Evans. That's fucking dude.
Well,
Chris
okay,
Evans
and
looks
you
like
know
the
what
guy
killed
that-
me is I think he had enough like waiver wire position to go out and get Damian Williams, and he just didn't get him.
I feel like he's just.
No.
That's what I was talking about preseason, man. When you have somebody draft your team for him, like, I don't think he has any sort of allegiance to this team.
There's no emotional ties to your team.
No, like, I just.
Dude, that's exactly right.
And I feel like.
That's
Go ahead.
Oh no,
No, go ahead, you're good.
I'm gonna make one statement. He's my guy, but if he can't be at the draft next year, we're gonna have to have a talk.
Yeah. You
We just
my,
want
You're
your
my
putting
company,
feelings on
fucking
Bubba.
that.
Chris Evans in your lineup and losing by 1 point on the week where Mixon and Pirine are playing. What are we doing here?
Yeah.
Dude. Well, he'll plug in.
Dude, he has a good. Noble drafted him a good fucking team. He just has injuries right now. Is the thing. If you look at that roster
Yeah.
from top to bottom, it is very solid, like very good team. I personally
This
think
team's
so.
good.
That is fair. David Montgomery did get hurt.
But
No,
go
his
out and
team's-
get
Chark's
somebody.
hurt. Yeah,
His
I feel
team
like
is
Josh
good.
almost
Yeah,
feels.
we gotta cut him some slack.
I feel like he'd almost feel guilty if he won. You know, if he wanted
That
to.
team's. I don't want to jinx it, but I don't think that team's doing that.
Nah, if they would have started 4-1, I mean, you get in the playoffs, who knows?
That's
4
the
and
thing.
1's a
Yeah,
good start, but
with these injuries, that's where it gets. You know what I mean? That's where it's like, well, fuck. Now I got to win games because I know I'm not putting up points.
Corey Davis is on a bye too. Yeah, congrats, Bud, on the Week 6 victory.
Fucking Bud.
Dude, it still goes back to draft day. Imagine if Bud would have drafted. Well, Stafford's probably has he been better than Mahomes this year?
Well, what was it before this past week? Mahomes was the number one quarterback in fantasy.
Yeah, you're saying Mahomes is still like number 1 or 2.
Yeah, so it goes back to draft day. If he would have got Mahomes and had that Tyreek Mahomes stack,
I think Bud's team. If Adam Thielen, he's not. Thielen's going to get going here soon. It's a matter of time. And if that happens for Bud, his team will do all right.
Tanyan's not been doing anything. He needs to find another.
Yeah.
Thielen's been struggling the past couple weeks. He only had 3 targets last week.
It's weird, ain't it? Thielen's a dog, man. But I don't think that. I think he'll pick.
Thielen is an absolute dog, and I've had Thielen. I enjoyed him every week. I had him on my team.
Hey,
he-
Devon Gilmore is going to be on Justin Jefferson, so I look for Adam Thielen to get some targets.
Yep. That's my prayers that Gilmore locks Jefferson's ass down for me this week.
Hey, did Stephon Gilmore get traded?
Yeah, he's with the Panthers now.
Yeah, he's going to be against the Vikings.
Who did they? What they give up for him?
6th round pick.
What the fuck?
With intentions of signing him long term.
I think it was almost the Patriots doing Gilmore a favor because he's from Carolina.
Yeah, he does have a house there.
Huh?
Right.
He's still just as that. I mean, well, yeah. I guess we've dissected and looked at all the teams right now. If you guys had to have take a top 3 in the league, who would it
It's
be?
easy for me. It's
Yeah, it is easy.
Brad, Andy, and Nathan.
Yep, that's it.
I think Brad, Andy, Nathan are up there. I tell you what.
Jared's
Wow.
my sleeper team to win this whole league, though. I love his team. If he can make it, get Russell back, watch out.
He's always
what?
Really good, dude. He just gets plagued.
Jared is a great drafter. I will tell you that.
Since I've been in this league, he's just gotten screwed by injuries each year.
Yeah, every year.
Taylor, your team is heavily. Your team is riding or dying on Elijah Wood. You just need him healthy.
Yeah,
I need Chris Carson healthy.
you went all in on the 49ers backfield. I think he kind of gutted your team a little bit.
Well, but my thing is,
that can happen, man. That can happen.
I've been there. I've done it before.
My team was based on strong wide receivers, and then I needed Damian Harris or one of the Niners backs to take off. Damian Harris keeps fucking it up. But I love Elijah Mitchell, and I'm fine with the trade still, because if Elijah Mitchell comes on and he's the number 1 back for the Niners, he's going to eat.
Yeah.
And I'll take a guaranteed 10 points from Keenan Allen every week, stacked with Elijah Mitchell.
And so I understand that you gave Devontae up for Keenan, right?
For Keenan and Mitchell, because I didn't have Mitchell.
Yeah, I understand that. And I understand that because Keenan, maybe he can be. I mean, Keenan's every bit as consistent as Devontae. May not just hit that.
It's no touchdowns. Devontae just gets fed 18 targets a game, which is fine. But dude, Devontae also has slumps sometimes, which is a part of that offense.
He slumps sometimes, and Keenan is a little more consistent. It seems like Herbert's going to Keenan's going to get you a consistent 7 to 10.
Adams is just a big boom.
Regardless, it's just really hurting you with one of them
100 yards.
Oh yeah, but that's my thing is it's not sustainable.
Yeah, wide receivers to do that, and that can all be. Who knows? Running back. What are you doing?
All right, Travis.
That's going to change.
And I can't really hear him.
I'm sorry.
It's all right.
Yeah.
It might be a good time to call it. Do you guys want to wrap it up? Any final thoughts?
I think CJ's a sleeper for one of the top 3 teams. Let's just see what happens.
Be a good week. I'm excited to see how these matchups go.
Yeah, it would be a good week.
I'm off here, boys.
All
We'll
right.
see you.
All right, have a good
Thanks,
night.
guys.
See you guys.